What if the scariest secret in K-pop Demon Hunters isn't about demons at all, but about family? Look closer at the masked fighter they call Mystery. The way he moves when Rumi is on screen, the marks on his gear, the eerie echo in the music when they power up, none of it is random. The show is whispering something bold. Mystery is not a stranger. He is Rumi's half-brother. The proof isn't hidden in one big clue. It's hidden in many small ones that line up like teeth on a key. Turn that key with me now. Before we dive into the clues, we need to set the stage. Rumi is a half-demon who walks a thin line. She fights monsters that look like her, and people who think she is one. She is strong, fast, and always ready to act, but she also carries a quiet weight, like someone who knows her past can break through at any time. On the other side stands Mystery, the masked enforcer who shows up at the worst possible moments. He is calm, exact, and cold. He hits hard, then leaves before the dust settles. We do not know his face. We do not know his true side. We do know this: he keeps crossing paths with Rumi in ways that feel too sharp to be chance. If these two were just rivals, their scenes would clash and end. Instead, they connect. The edits, the music, the symbols, and even the timing of blows all feel like threads pulled from the same spool. Asterisk, this is my simple theory. Said as clearly as possible, Rumi and Mystery share the same demon father. That makes them half-siblings. The show is telling us this with design choices, with how fights are staged, and with the sounds that follow them. It is not in loud lines of dialogue or big speeches. It is in the small things that keep repeating, like a whisper that refuses to stop. If this is true, it changes everything. It means Mystery's mask is not just to hide from the heroes. It is to hide from a sister who might recognize him. It means Rumi's anger is not only about the mission, it is about a bond she cannot name, pulling her back from the edge when she should strike forward. It raises the stakes for both. Every clash becomes a question. Fight to win, or pull the hit, because blood is thicker than war. Asterisk, let's start with the first clear marker: the crest. Rumi keeps a pendant from her past. Sometimes she hides it under her collar. Sometimes it slips out during a run or a fall. If you pause on those frames, you can see an etched shape on the metal. It is not a full symbol. It looks like a crescent curve with a thorn shape cutting across it, as if someone drew a moon and then broke it. Now look at Mystery's gear. He wears plain, harsh lines, dark cloth, smooth plates, nothing flashy, but there is one stubborn detail that keeps showing up, not on the chest where you'd expect it, but in small places: the inner side of a glove, the edge of his belt clasp, the rim of a scabbard. It's a tiny mark that mirrors Rumi's pendant, a sharp hook that completes the broken curve. Alone, each mark could be a cool design. Together, they lock. Side by side, they look like two halves of the same crest. Asterisk, design teams do not waste detail like that. When a symbol repeats on two linked characters, it is usually for one of three reasons: shared school, shared cause, or shared blood. Shared school signs tend to be loud and public. The whole group wears the same badge. Shared cause signs usually match in color and size, meant to rally a team. These do not. They are hidden, cut small, placed where only a close look will catch them. That is blood language. That is the show giving us a puzzle and daring us to notice. The color story backs this up. Rumi's power scenes lean on black and indigo with thin lines of silver, like night sky over steel. When Mystery powers up, the screen picks the same palette, but colder. His silver is harder, his indigo is deeper. It feels like the same family at different temperatures, one warm enough to feel, the other cold enough to cut. Costume color in. This series is not random mood paint, it is a map. Blue lines to bloodlines. Silver tags fighters born from the same source. Watch how these tones cluster. Rumi and Mystery share that cluster even when they are far apart in the story. Asterisk, the way the camera treats the crest also matters. When Rumi grabs the pendant, the lens lingers for a heartbeat. When Mystery draws his blade, and that small half-crest flashes by, the edit punches in for a single, tight frame and then cuts away. Like the show is saying, yes, you saw that, now keep up. This is controlled and careful. Editors know viewers will rewind fast hits to find meaning. The team plants rewards for that behavior. If you put the two shots side by side, the pendant half and the gear half, and you trace the lines, they complete one circle with one thorn. The edges even look worn in opposite places, as if time split the crest in two and sent each half on a different path. The visual story is simple and strong. Two pieces, one whole, separated long ago, still pulling toward each other. Now think about how often those halves appear near moments of choice. Rumi clutches her pendant when she must decide to save a stranger or chase a demon. Mystery's half-crest flashes when he steps between Rumi and a blade knot to help her openly, but to push the attack off just enough to keep her alive. If he were a pure enemy, there would be no pause, no small mercy, no half-second of doubt in the strike. But there is. If he were a simple ally, he would show his face and join her. But he does not. He hovers in the middle, acting like someone who must not be known, yet must not let her fall. That is exactly how a hidden brother would act in a war where his blood ties are a crime. You can also hear this link, not just see it. Rumi has a soft melody that plays in quiet beats, like a music box with a missing note. When Mystery walks in from the shadows, that same melody returns with a twist. It is bent, slowed, and played through something that adds a faint metal ring, as if the tune is trapped under armor. The notes still fit, but they sound older, more weathered. Music teams do this to tell us what words cannot. One theme, two forms, one family. Even if you are not trained in music, your ear knows when two sounds belong to the same home. The show trusts that ear. It layers the themes under scene cuts, where the pendant half and the gear half appear, building a pattern your mind will store, without you knowing why. Ask yourself this. If the writers wanted us to think say mentor, would they split a crest into two pieces and hide them like this? A mentor gives students the same full badge. If they wanted same faction, they would put the symbol on a banner or a jacket. If they wanted clone, they would mirror everything face, voice, stance and make the mark exact. But here, the halves are different on purpose. They are worn in different places, damaged in different ways, and shown at different times. That is not copy. That is complement. That is kin. And when you add in the shared color map, the linked melody, and the careful edits that nudge your eye to those halves, right when choices get hard, the message stops being a guess and starts feeling like a roadmap. So this is where our theory stands after the first pass. The pendant and the hidden gear mark are two parts of one family crest, likely tied to a demon bloodline that connects Rumi and Mystery. The show lets us see each half in moments that matter, then echoes the link with color and sound. It does not shout, it whispers, but it whispers the same words again and again. Two halves, one emblem, one father. If that sounds bold, good, bold, is what the truth feels like right before it steps out of